Gee, I wonder what we're going to be playing today. Could it be? No. No, that's almost unheard of on the internet. Nobody plays that game. The game made by Hasbro. We're off to a great start. By these people. Ah. Oh, Hasbro. I remember when your logo looked cool. Now it looks like shit. Well, if the title of the game hasn't given it away yet, we're playing Glover for the Nintendo 64. Glover's a game that I grew up playing. I remember my mom getting it for me at the mall when I was really young at KB Toys. And, oh man, I couldn't wait to get home and play this game. I remember pronouncing it Glover because I was such a dense child that I didn't understand the obvious joke. You know, the glove thing. But anyway, Glover is it's an escort platformer, which is not a genre many people seem to care much about. I'm going to press start. My sister and I used to play this game a lot. We used to play the crap out of it. And, well, this is sort of for her, I guess. Maybe she'll even appear on this Let's Play. But yeah, Glover. It's an escort platformer for the N64 that sold okay, but not super well. We're going to start a new game right here in the first slot. And, oh, come on. Well, see, here's the thing about Glover, right? About this part of Glover. You only get 3 letters. So, we're just going to do Zap, because, well, that's the name of my channel, Zapetroid, so, yeah. So if you play on easy, you can't access the bonus levels, which are required for 100% completion, and this is me we're talking about, so of course we're going to get 100% in Glover on the internet, because everybody cares about that. Plot. I'll go over the game as we get there, but there's a very nice tutorial, and the game does a very good job of teaching you how to play without me having to yap on and on. So this castle, the wizard, this. Oh no! You would think with this guy's experience, this wouldn't happen, but I guess he's an apprentice. So the one glove goes in the pot, and the other glove defenestrates, and what do we have here? Oh no. Not the crystals! Oh god! I remember actually really liking this plot when I was a kid. So, the transformation! The crystals are the balls now! And they're each bouncing into what looks to be worlds. It's a video game plot, and there's our protagonist, Glover, getting hit on the face with a ball. And the other glove is now Cross-Stitch, the evil glove. So this is Glover. It after the plot, it just shoves you right in the game. Something I always really enjoyed about this game, by the way. I'm going to readjust myself, so in case you hear some random movement. And this is our boy, Mr. Tip. Mr. Tip says, "Hi, my name's Mr. Tip. If you want any hints, just speak to me. You can do this by standing near me and pressing B. Oh, by the way, you can press and hold B if you ever lose your ball. Good luck." And that's true. This is an escort platformer, which means that we can't beat levels unless we also bring the ball there, because we're trying to return the crystals. That's the point. This game doesn't have a centering camera, so you have to use the C stick. Well, it's C buttons, but I'm using a gamepad, so it's a stick for me. But it's true. If you hold B, Glover will point at where the ball is, so in case you lose it, you can always find it. This Mr. Tip is used up, that's why he's a ghost now. So we can come over here and talk to these. Mr. Tip says, "This is the entrance to the practice level, and we're going to go in there. Jump into the well to learn valuable ticks and trips. Ticks and trips." Mr. Tip says, "Return balls to the cave to open the gateways to other worlds," which is true. The more balls you return, the more worlds we can access, and we're 100%ing the game, so we're going to do absolutely everything. So, oop, did I just spoil something about this game? You can throw the ball. I'm not seated in a very comfortable position in this chair at all. Mr. Tip says, hi, my name is Mr. Tip. We heard this already. And we heard that too. So, all right, it's Glover. Here we go. To control Glover without the ball, use the control stick. You can jump by pressing A. Press it again in the air to do a double jump. So that's something cool about this game right off the bat. You get a double jump. And you can do it pretty much any time. Even if you're about to touch the ground, you can still do your double jump. It's super cool. So let's ignore the ball for now and go hit up this Mr. Tip. This is going to be a pretty tutorial-heavy episode, but I promise after this, it's just going to be streamlined because this teaches you pretty much everything. To duck, press and hold Z. Tapping Z will make Glover do a cartwheel. So that's another thing about this game is some inputs actually have different results based on for how long you hold the button that causes that result. So for example, like this was saying, if I hold Z, I'm ducking. But if I just tap Z, I do a cartwheel. And that cartwheel is useful in a couple places in this game. So let's grab the ball and come over here. To negotiate steps, I always loved that. Try bouncing the ball. This can be done by repeatedly tapping B while holding the ball. Now, this is your typical ball movement. Hooray. You're a lot faster when you're with the ball for some reason, and you can let go of the ball by hitting Z. To grab the ball, you just walk into it. If you're near the ball and you would be pressing B to locate it like this, if you're right next to it, you'll just grab it. Super cool. So yeah, we can negotiate these steps by repeatedly pressing B to dribble the ball. And there's sort of a rhythm to it. The game doesn't really tell you, but, well, there is. No. Let's go. To get over higher walls, try throwing the ball. Now, honestly, I can get over that by dribbling, but we're going to do what it says. To do this, hold B, then push and hold the control stick in the direction you want to throw, then release B. So that's true. So, all right, let's get away from Mr. Tip so he doesn't... So yeah, we hold B, and now we have this aiming cursor, I guess you would call it, a trajectory guide. And look at that, we can actually get it up there. It's actually very helpful. And of course, we can get up there with a jump. Sorry, I keep trying to press Z to reorient the camera, but there's no way to do that. You have to use the C buttons. You can also use the throw action to get across gaps. If you are about to slap or throw the ball, oh, so there's another action, you can change your mind by pressing Z. You can also press Z to release the ball if you're just holding it. I explained that already, so the game took that from me. But yeah, you can also slap the ball, which we'll learn how to do soon, but let's come up here. If I'm in the middle of throwing and I want to cancel, I can just press Z. But yeah, let's throw this over here. So that looks like it's not going to land flush with the top there, so let's inch up a little bit more. That's way better. And then we can get over there too and grab that. All right, so this says go this way. Cool. I promise the rest of this Let's Play is not going to be this tutorial heavy. Some gaps are too wide to throw the ball across. Hold A and push and hold the control stick in the direction you want to slap the ball, then release A. So now we have two different mechanics. B is to throw and A is to slap. So again, if we just press B, we dribble, but if we hold B, we throw. I don't know if the game is going to mention this, but if you hold A, you slap, like that, but what if you just press A? Well, you actually lob the ball right up in the air, like that. So now we have 4 actions on only 2 buttons, which is pretty cool. So yes, we can slap the ball across this gap here. That's not going to make it. Let's get closer. That should be fine. Okay. Oh, look, another Mr. Tip. This is a ball switch. Place the ball here to activate it. And that's true. You could just place the ball, and that's it. It just weighs it right down. All right. So now we have some sand we can get across with. Shallow water can be crossed without a problem. Well, that's true. Ba-boom. Not too shabby. But then this guy's all like, oh man, there's deep water. You cannot hold the ball in deep water. You will need to use the ramps to get the ball out. But he doesn't tell you how this is done. So this is something cool about Glover. If you go into deep water with the ball, you'll hop on top and now your controls are reversed. I'm holding down right now and up right now left. So you have to use the reverse controls that you normally would. And once you're back on land, there's 2 ways to get onto the ball now, the normal way. You can just jump off with A and then grab it again. Or you can press L to get on and off the ball, which on an N64 controller means that you have to reach over and actually press L. So, okay, now we have these. I wonder. These crates can be broken by fist slamming them, jump by pressing A, and press Z to slam. Alright, so let's get off the ball. We'll just break these. This one over here looks like it's got a thing, but let's do all of them because we can. And let's actually take a look at this, Mr. Tip. Some ledges may be too high to throw the ball onto. Try combining bounce and throw. That's one of my favorite moves in the game. That's pretty much how I get the ball everywhere. You can use your magic to change your ball. If you are holding it, just press R. Otherwise, point at the ball with B, then press R. Oh, now we have a thing. Oh, there's also this over here. Let's do this first. Oh, what's that? This is a Glover switch. Use fist slam to operate it. So, okay, let's do that first. And that brings that down. That's another ball switch, but it's on the wall. So, of course, we got to throw the ball at it instead. So this was saying that we can transform the ball by using magic. And that's right. If you use the R button, Glover has magic. If I press R while holding the ball, I can transform it into a bowling ball. And if I press R again, I transform it into a metal ball. And if I press R again, I transform it back into what it originally is, a crystal. Now, these 4 balls have 4 different properties. The normal ball can obviously be bounced, and it is buoyant in water. The bowling ball travels slowly. It is not buoyant in water, and it cannot be bounced very well. Let me actually try to demonstrate that. It cannot be bounced. And the throw distance is also pretty negligible. The metal ball is also not buoyant in water. It and the bowling ball will both sink. But its throw distance is way better, and it can actually be bounced a little bit. The crystal, on the other hand, is the most dangerous. You will almost never use this for any reason except points to get extra lives, but who cares? This is actually buoyant in water. If I come over here, it's buoyant in water. And it has the same throwing arc as the ball, which I'll demonstrate. So, there's that. Actually, I think it's even more. Who knows? I'm pretty sure it's the same. But if it comes down from a fall or gets hit by an enemy, it'll immediately break. And if the ball breaks in any way, shape, or form, you fail the level immediately. It's worth mentioning that Glover has 3 hit points right here in the corner. The ball, in this form at least, also has 3 hit points. It can take damage from enemies up to 3 times. Once it does, it'll pop. There are certain things like spikes and bladed enemies that'll pop the ball immediately, but it's worth mentioning that you have 2 things to protect: yourself and the ball. And there are things that can insta-kill both of you. But anyway, let's come over here, and actually, one last thing. I can also transform the ball from afar by pointing at it and pressing R. Just in case we need to for any reason. I think that is used to solve a couple puzzles, but yeah, let's come over here and actually... No, come on. Grab the ball. There we go. Now let's actually do what we're supposed to and combine bounce and throw together. And we can make that jump because we have a double jump. And now I can just dribble up here. And we'll end this the way we always do, by jumping in here with the ball in tow. And that's how you play Glover. That's it. There's really not a whole lot else that the game doesn't teach you right at the gate. Maybe a couple of things, because there are potions that increase Glover's capabilities. But we'll learn about those when we get to them. We don't have to worry about them right now. But anyway, that first ball, we can actually grab it. And we can take it in here, because if you notice, I can't actually get into this world. This is actually the first world, but if you go around the map, you can't get into any of the worlds until you return this one outlying ball. And this is clever, because this is how the game teaches you... Sorry if I bumped the mic there. This is how the game teaches you what the point of the game is. You really have nowhere else to go with this ball, so you're led to this cave, and when you do go in here, look at that. Now we have 1 crystal back. I believe there were 7 total. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, it looks like 7, if my math is correct. And this weird shit with Glover's eyes happens in this place on the emulator for some reason. But yeah, that's it. We're going to find the ball, and we're going to bring it back 6 more times. And this game is linear, I'll say that much. There's really not a whole lot that has branching paths. Maybe just you leave the ball one place, you go do something else to clear the path, and then you grab the ball and go back through the normal linear path. So it is still linear. But anyway, that seems like a short episode, but I'm going to leave it there because, again, that was pretty tutorial-y. And why is this stuff happening to Glover's face in these areas? That's so weird. But anyway, this is Atlantis, and in the next episode, we will tackle the first level of the game, Atlantis 1, which also has my favorite music in the game. So, and you can hear it right now. See you guys next time.